They got super quiet. I want to stop here because that's the whole thing right there. They got quiet after being proven wrong about you. And now everybody, and I mean everybody who used to listen to them talk, is sitting there watching them squirm in real time. You didn't say a word. You didn't post anything. You didn't clap back. You didn't even bring it up. You just kept living, kept moving, kept doing exactly what you said you were going to do. And somewhere in the middle of that quiet work, you checkmated them. You set up a board they didn't even know they were playing on. And by the time they looked up, the game was already over. They never saw it coming, not even a little. And that's exactly why people cannot stop talking about it right now. So let's talk about what actually happened here, because I want you to feel this one, not just hear it. There is somebody in your story right now who used to be loud, real loud, about you, your name, your business, what you were doing, what you were not doing, where you were headed, whether you'd make it or not. It was like they had a microphone glued to their hand every single time your name came up. They'd announce things about you the way a stadium announcer calls out a player walking onto the field. Big, dramatic, impossible to miss. Your name traveled. It moved through rooms, through group chats, through family dinners, through whatever circle this person had access to. And it carried whatever story they decided to attach to it, actually. And for a while, that story wasn't kind. Yeah, it wasn't hopeful. It was, they are not going to make it. They always mess things up. Don't expect much from them. Over and over on repeat. Loud enough that people started to believe it a little. Just because it was said so often and so confidently. And here is the part that actually hurts if you sit with it. You knew. You felt it happening even when nobody confirmed it out loud. You'd walk into a room and feel the shift, that subtle little energy change where people are being a bit too nice, a bit too careful, like they already heard something about you and they are just waiting to see if it's true. You didn't have proof. You didn't have a transcript, but your body knew, your gut knew. That heavy little pit feeling in your stomach when you sense you are being talked about and you can't do a thing about it because you're not even in the room. That's the feeling I'm talking about. That's the moment that's been sitting with you. And wildest part is you didn't fight it the way people expected you to. You didn't get loud back. You didn't try to clear your name in some dramatic way. You just got quiet too. But it was a different kind of quiet. It wasn't a defeat. It was strategy, actually. Even if you didn't fully know that's what it was at the time. You just kept your head working. You kept showing up. You kept doing the unglamorous, unseen, nobody's clapping for you version of effort day after day, while the louder talking kept happening somewhere off in the distance, like background noise you'd learned to tune out. Now picture this for a second, because I want you to actually see it. Picture you on a field, a big one, the kind with lights and a crowd and noise everywhere, and there is an announcer up in the booth with a microphone, and they are talking about you while you are standing right there with no microphone on your own. They are saying you are going to fumble. They are saying you can't catch, can't throw, can't finish, can't follow through. That this is going to be your most embarrassing moment yet. And you can hear bits of it, the way it echoes around the stadium, but you cannot respond. You don't have the mic, you don't have the platform they have. All you have is your hands, your feet, your focus, and the next play in front of you. So what do? You play the game. You catch the ball. You make the run. You do the thing they swore up and down you couldn't do. And you do it in front of the exact same crowd that heard the announcer's prediction just minutes earlier. You don't say a single word. You don't need to, actually. The scoreboard says it. The result says it. And there is something almost cinematic about that kind of proof. The kind that doesn't need an explanation because everyone in the building just watching it happen with their own eyes. That's the energy running through your story right now. Somewhere in some form, you have been on that field, and the people who doubted you are starting to realize the game already happened, and they lost. This is the checkmate. Not the loud, dramatic, flip the board kind of checkmate you see in movies. The quiet one, the kind where you make one move after another, small moves, patient moves, moves that don't look like much in the moment, and then one day the person across the board looks up and realizes there is no way out. They didn't see the trap because they were not paying attention to your moves. They were too busy talking about how the game was already decided in their favor. And now they are sitting there, stuck, with nowhere left to go. And the only thing left for them to do is go quiet. Because what else? What else is there to say when you are already lost and everyone watched it happen? And here is where it gets interesting, because the quiet isn't just embarrassment. It's something deeper than that. It's the moment someone realizes that they said too much, did too much, made too many confident declarations about a victory, a story that wasn't even theirs to write. That's a heavy realization to sit with. It's not just, my God, oops, I was wrong. It's, oh no, I was wrong out loud in front of people, repeatedly. And now I have to live in the same rooms as the person I was wrong about. The kind of quiet isn't relaxed. It's the kind of quiet where someone's mind is racing even though their mouth has nothing left to say. And the people around them notice. That's the part nobody talks about enough. It's not just you who clocks the change. It's everyone. The same group chat that used to light up every time this person had something to say about you is suddenly a lot calmer. The same people who used to nod along are starting to exchange little glances, the kind that say, "Did you also notice?" They stopped talking about that. Silence, when it follows that much noise, is loud in its own way. It's its own kind of announcement. And right now, that announcement is being made on repeat every time someone notices the absence of commentary where there used to be plenty. Now let's talk about what's happening to you while all of this quiet is settling in around them. Because this is the part that should genuinely excite you. Something is shifting in how people see you, and it's happening fast. It's almost like your identity is changing shape right in front of everyone's eyes. Except you are not the one forcing the change. Your actions are doing it for you. The same people who heard the negative version of your story are now watching the real version play out, and it doesn't match up at all. And there's this strange magnetic pull that happens when someone's actions completely contradict what was said about them. People cannot look away from that. It's almost irresistible. In a way, watching someone get fully and publicly underestimated and then just quietly dismantle that entire narrative through nothing but consistent effort. So now you are being looked at differently. Maybe people who barely noticed you before are suddenly a lot more interested. Maybe people who kept a polite distance are finding little reasons to get closer. There is an attraction happening, and I don't just mean romantic, though that's part of it for some of you, of course. I mean, actually, a magnetic kind of attraction, the kind where people's energy starts lining up with yours because they finally see something worth aligning with. Before the story about you was negative, people's mind couldn't fully connect with you, even if they wanted to, because there was static in the way. Now that static is clearing, and suddenly there is room for real connection, real respect, real interest. People are recalibrating how they think about you in real time, and some of them are doing it a little reluctantly, almost like they don't want to admit they were wrong too, but they cannot help it. The proof is right there. There is also a financial layer to this whole thing, and I want to walk you through it because it's significant. As this shift happens, opportunities start showing up that didn't exist before, or that existed but were quietly withheld because of the negative story being told about you. Picture endorsement deals, picture new offers, picture people suddenly waiting for you and wanted to attach their name to yours instead of distancing themselves from it. Contracts that stalled out before are suddenly moving again. Conversations that went quiet are picking up. picking back up, except now they are moving in your favor. There is planning happening behind the scenes that you are not even fully aware of yet. People figuring out budgets, figuring out how to bring you into something, figuring out logistics for opportunities they are hoping you will say yes to. Your lifestyle is shifting because the story around you shifted. And money tends to follow attention. And attention is exactly what's heading your way right now. Some of you are also going to experience this on a more personal level, where someone specific, maybe someone who left, maybe someone who said you'd never amount to much without them, is going to watch this unfold and feel it personally. If there was an ex and former friend, a former partner, one who walked away convinced you'd struggle without them, convinced you'd never reach the level they reached, this is going to land differently for them, because now they are watching you do exactly what they said you couldn't do. And they are doing it from the outside. No longer in the room. No longer part of the story. That's its own kind of quiet. The kind that comes from realizing you bet against the wrong outcome. And there is no taking it back. And speaking of bets, some people really did put their confidence on the line here. Maybe not literal money, though for some of you it might genuinely be that specific, but defiantly their reputation, their credibility, their public stance. People made predictions about how this was going to go for you. And they made those predictions loudly, confidently, in front of all the audience. And now that audience is watching the opposite happen. That's a rough position to be in. It's one thing to be wrong quietly. It's another thing to be wrong after telling everyone exactly how wrong you'd eventually be. This is where the announcer in our story really starts to lose ground. Remember them, the loud one, the one who couldn't stop narrating your supposed failure. Their credibility is taking a hit right now, along with their confidence. People who used to trust their read on things are starting to second guess it. Some of them are pulling back entirely, not wanting to be associated with someone whose predictions just got publicly, undeniably disproven. There is a kind of professional and social cost to being that wrong, that loudly, publicly, and it's starting to show up. Doors that used to open easily for them are getting a little harder to open. People who used to back them are quietly stepping back, recalculating, wondering if they should have trusted their own judgment instead of going along with the narrative. And here is that tends to happen in moments like this. People start switching sides, not in some dramatic public way necessarily, but internally, mentally, where someone who used to nod all along with the narrative story is now quietly rooting for you instead. They are not announcing it. They don't have to. but their attention has moved. Their loyalty has shifted. They went from believing the story about your failure to believing the evidence sitting right in front of them. And that evidence is you, still standing, still moving, still proving things without needing to say a single word about it. There's also a real sense building that this is just the beginning. Whatever you've already proven, whatever quiet checkmate move you've already made, it's about to get bigger. The plot twist that already happened, the part where everyone expected you to fail and you didn't, that's only the opening chapter. What's coming next has a way of making the first twist look small by a comparison, and that's exactly why people cannot stop watching. Yeah, there is a sense of anticipation building around you, the kind where people are waiting, almost holding their breath, wondering what you are going to do next, because you have already shown them you don't operate the way they assumed you would. For some of you, this is going to come with an actual upgrade in lifestyle, the kind that surprises even you a little. Maybe it's a new opportunity to relocate, a new living situation, something that feels almost too good to have lined up this fast after everything that just happened. Maybe someone is even quietly working out the details of helping you get into a new place, a better place, something that reflects the new chapter you're stepping into instead of the old story people tried to pin on you. Whatever shape. Yeah, whatever shape it takes for you specifically. The theme is the same. Expansion after contradiction. Room to breathe after being boxed in by someone else's words. And through all of this, I keep coming back to one thing: discipline. The reason this worked, the reason the quiet checkmate landed the way it did, is because you didn't let the noise pull you off your own plan. You stay focused while someone else stayed loud. You kept building while someone else kept talking. And that contrast is exactly what made the outcome so undeniable. People are not just impressed that you proved them wrong. They are impressed by by how you did it, without flinching, without explaining yourself, without giving the noise the reaction it was fishing for. There is also a rougher side of that. This worth naming honestly, because not everything here is sunshine. Some of you are going to watch the fallout hit harder than expected. The people who doubted you, the ones who made those loud predictions, some of them are going to lose more than just credibility. Relationships are going to shift. Opportunities they thought were locked in are going to fall through. People who once trusted their judgment are going to start keeping their distance, and that distance is going to feel permanent in a way that's hard to undo. It's not really about revenge. No, even though it might feel satisfying in a small way. It's more about consequence, the natural result of betting everything on a story that turned out to be false. And the people who feel like they missed out on something because of all of this, they are real too. Some folks are going to look back and realize they let someone else's loud opinion talk them out of staying close to you, out of believing in you, out of giving you a real chance. That regret is going to sit with them for a while, especially as they watch your story unfold in front of everyone in real time, completely contradicting everything they were told to expect. It's not revenge. So let's talk about something else where we started, because this is the part I really want to land it for you. They got super quiet, not because they decided to be gracious about being wrong, but because there is nothing left to say once the proof is sitting right there in front of all the entire audience. They were proving wrong about you completely, undeniably. And now everyone who once hung onto their every word is watching them squirm in that uncomfortable, can't quite look away kind of way. You checkmated them, not with noise, not with confrontation, not with some big dramatic reveal, but with quiet, consistent, patient action that built up move by move until there was no way left for them to win the argument they started. And they never saw it coming because they were so busy talking about the game. They forgot to actually watch how it was being played. Here's what I want you to take from all of this. You don't owe anyone a victory lap. You don't have to explain yourself, defend yourself, or prove anything else to people who already watched the proof happen right in front of them. The work is already speaking. The results are already speaking. All you have to do now is keeping being exactly who you've been this whole time. Focused, quiet when it counts, loud only through what you actually do. The story already flipped. The board already moved in your favor. And whatever coming next, whatever bigger version of this moment is on its way, it's going to land the exact same way the first one did. Quietly, completely, and impossible for anyone to argue with once it's done. They got quiet. You got proven right. And from here, all that's left to do is keep moving forward while everyone else catches up to what you already knew.